In this video, we are going to describe about the feed water system of boiler. The feed water system components vary from one steam plant to another steam plant, depending upon the evaporation capacity and the working pressure of the boiler. In this video, we will describe the basic components fitted in feed water system of a low-pressure boiler. The steam leaves various heating coils fitted in fuel systems, lube oil systems, bilge system, sludge system, etc. through the steam traps. Even though the steam traps allow only the condensate to come out of the heating coil, part of the condensate flashes back to steam due to low pressure present in the condensate return line. This steam has to be condensed so that the condensate can be pumped back to the boiler. The steam coming in this condensate return line is condensed by this condenser. The condenser is a shell and tube type heat exchanger. The cooling seawater enters the tube side here. The seawater leaves the condenser here. The steam passes through the shell side of the condenser and falls into the hot well as condensate through this pipe. The hot well is a reservoir that holds water for the steam cycle. The hot well is called so because the condensate is maintained at a high temperature, close to the saturation temperature inside this tank. There are two reasons for maintaining the feed water close to the saturation temperature. One is that the dissolved gases, such as oxygen and carbon dioxide, leaves the water when the water is maintained close to the saturation temperature. These gases cause corrosion in the plant. Another reason for maintaining high temperature is to keep the overall thermal efficiency of the plant high. As the hot well is at a higher temperature than the surrounding, the hot well is insulated and cladded to reduce the heat loss. The hot well is also called as cascade tank as the condensate is made to pass through different chambers, provided inside the hot well to filter the dirty condensate from fuel oil, lube oil, rust, etc. The rust or any solid debris finds its way to the feed pump. They can damage the pump. To prevent the damage to the pump, the hot well is made of 3 chambers using baffle plates like this. The condensate from the condenser falls into the bucket filters provided in the first chamber. The hot well is also called as observation tank, as it is the place where the operator can observe whether any oil is coming along with the condensate return line from the heater due to a hold or cracked heating coil. To facilitate this observation, a sight glass with light is provided on the side wall of the heater in the first chamber. The entire quantity of water fed to the boiler does not return to the hot well from the condenser due to the following reasons: the leakages in the systems. The steam is consumed in systems such as steam, blast jet type of burner for atomization purpose, whistle, soot blowers, etc. Due to the shortage of the condensate received by the hot well, makeup water must be added into the hot well. For this filling line is provided from hydrofor. The filling can be done automatically through this branch pipeline, which is fitted with a float valve, or manually through this branch line. Maintaining the proper level of water in the hot well is critical for the uninterrupted operation of the steam plant. Hot well is made of either stainless steel or carbon steel. The hot well is fitted with temperature gauge, level gauge, inspection doors, vent pipe, a overflow pipe, a drain pipe at the bottom, a drain pipe at the top level to remove the floating impurities. The hot well is provided with a float switch to activate flow water level alarm. It is also provided with another float switch to activate high water level alarm that might be triggered if the filling line is left open. The feed water from the third chamber of the hot well is sucked through the strainer by the feed pump. The strainer can be isolated for maintenance purpose by these two valves fitted at the inlet and outlet sides. The pump can be isolated by the valves provided in the suction and discharge sides. The discharge valve is a non-return valve. The discharge branches into many. One control line passes through a feedwater, regulating valve, and a feedwater check valve into the boiler. Always this control line is used. In some systems, this control line is passed through a feedwater heater before it enters the boiler to extract the waste heat from the exhaust gases of main engine. One manual feedwater line enters straight through the feed check valve into the boiler. This line is used only when there is a problem either in the control line or in the feedwater control system elements. The boiler water treatment chemicals are dosed through the dosing pot provided in the dosing line from the boiler feed water pump to the boiler. The feed water treatment is necessary to prevent scaling, corrosion, foaming, and priming problems. One small line recirculates a small quantity of water always into the hot well. This line is necessary to prevent the feed pump getting heated up, leading to a pump failure due to the regulating valve shut for longer period due to no water demand in the boiler. A relief valve is also provided in the discharge side of the pump to relieve the excess pressure to the hot well. The feed water control system is a three-element control. The measured variables are the steam flow rate measured by a steam flow transmitter, the feed water flow rate measured by a feed water flow transmitter, and the boiler water level measured by a differential pressure transmitter. These three measured variables are fed to a feed water controller, which in turn gives a signal to the feed water regulating valve to vary its opening level so that a constant water level is always maintained in the boiler. The other instruments fitted in the system are compound gauges at the suction side of the feed water pumps, pressure gauges at the discharge side of the feed water pumps, pressure switches at the discharge side of the feed water pumps for automatic start of standby pump in case of pressure going down in the discharge side of the running pump, a pressure switch for giving feed water low pressure alarm, a pressure gauge in the common discharge line. I hope this video helped you in understanding the feed water system of a low pressure boiler. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe our channel for more educational content.